Greetings, dear listeners, and we are back in Paws of Power in our amazing campaign using 9 Lives to Valhalla system. And we are following the group that, well, one of our party has so amazingly named the Meow-Sketeers. And in our last episode, they were at this amazing, great banquet, and so much awkward flirting went on, and Loki got extremely drunk, and he passed out, and we witnessed the death of many cats as they tried to lift his gargantuan hammer. Then, after Hiei, with the assistance of Hiei, the discussions got underway, and we learned why the party was summoned, and with a sudden emergence of, well, Cujo and the Nemesis, the party truly got crashed, and, well, things, I hate to be really cliche, but the party went off with a bang because it blew up. But thankfully, with some...
Sorry, but would you say one drink turned into 3 or 4 and then things got out of control?
God damn it. Yeah, I would.
Appreciate you.
And thankfully, with some quick reflex and movement from Catherine, everyone was rescued from the castle. And with some thinking and thoughts, the party discussed that they must go after their nemesis because there's no way Cujo is going to let them live after knowing his plan failed. And they really met a nasty rat by the name of Pestilisk. And Pestilisk told them, hey, get rid of the king, get rid of Ben, and let me be the king, and I'll swear fealty to you guys, and I'll lead you down there, and everything will be good. I mean, it's bad enough when you're a shifty rat that your smell is just so repulsive that even your smell makes it where you can't even be trusted. But with some prodding from everyone, Waffles decided to follow along behind Pestilisk, and the party is venturing down. And well, little Loki also revealed that there also might be a dragon, if I might say in his exact words. But there might be a certain fire-breathing individual down there waiting for the party as well. Let's join them now as they have reached one of the... Well, this really isn't a conventional sewer entrance. This is where you guys have all... If I was to tell everyone where you've landed from your ships, you would be in the Americas and you're in Jersey. And where you are, you're looking at where is one of those conventional underground subway entrances. And Pestilisk looking at you all and just, yes, come down this way, yeah, safe, let's watch us from being, yes. Little Loki, he just has a clothespin on his nose, and he's just, yeah, okay, so, will we be safe from the smell? Because even out here, it's quite offensive. Yes, Pestilisk doesn't understand what you mean by smell. Pestilisk smells like roses. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, right? Just fuck you. Yes. But, any question before we venture down in sewer? Yes. Pestilisk just like, he's looking over everyone, just waiting to see if anyone has any questions. He's just like picking his nose. You just hear a, anyone hear a duck? And then Loki just falls unconscious from the smell that comes from Pestilisk.
Is there another way we go in? Like, seriously, I do not want to go in this sewer right now.
Yes, no, there potentially other way down, but it's very dangerous. Now, we might get spotted by, watchers, by, Ben's trusted, ape men. Yes.
I'll give you medicinal mud. It's filled with lavender and, orchids. You can shove it up your nose.
The smell hits Loki, and he shoots upright and just goes, oh god, how the fuck does the smell wake you up?
I slap Loki with the mud and shove mud up his nose.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, is there any risk of the dragon from going down this way? Pestilisk starts really wrenching out his throat, getting a really big wad of, and he hawks it on the ground, and then he starts to dance and chant around it. And wad of phlegm. You see it become like a cat head with cat tentacles, and then it opens up into a little portal way, and he's gazing. I see traces of bodies, many bodies. Ooh, they look like there was potential ambush down here. Yes. It might have looked like we were looking for potential battle, yes. But, many dead. Some charred bodies, yes. It looks like your dragon friend might have been through here, yes. This might be to our favor. I really say we go this way then. Yes. Follow the carnage of the beast.
I guess May's gonna pipe up like, I suppose I have one question.
Yes. What is that?
Why are you all so slow? And then she's gonna dive in.
Okay, so this is why I love 9 Lives to Valhalla so much, because we don't have to roll unless something has to die. So we really get to RP and create some. So because my or May?
May.
Thank you. I didn't want to say it because I was about to go May and go, huh. So May, since you were the most one that's brave, when you first get down there, it's eerily quiet. There's nothing. You see lots of moss growing on what used to be the sidewalks. You see what the remnants of an old train, just the rust has rotted it down to where barely a few bit of the cabin remains. Just the tracks still remain in the ground. You see the bodies that Pestilisk was speaking about. Now, since you've been under the tutelage of Waffles, I'll say that your senses are even more fine-tuned than your other feline party members, that only matched by Waffles, because he is the Rat Slayer. As you tune your ears, your eyes to the darkness, honing your senses, tuning to the darkness, preparing yourself to what you've become very well to, with how many times you've gone down to slay. You don't hear chittering. You don't hear chattering of rats. Interesting. You hear a few odd sounds. You feel your snorting. You hear heavy thudding of what definitely sounds like the pads of feet, and then definitely what sounds like knuckles treading on the ground. As you look, there's 3 tunnels. Where do your eyes take you first? Which way do you look? Do you look around you? Do you look towards the tunnels? Do you look up? Where do you look?
It's May would try to follow the sound the best she could. Obviously already armed, because only fools don't prepare.
Very smart, very smart. Yes. No, you don't fall for a trap. No. You're too smart for that, Mai. You don't look towards the tunnels. You don't even look around. The first place you look is up, and you look towards a corner. And there you see, with long stretched arms, the bright redness, and then that yellow stained teeth, and that gray under beard hanging belly laughing, and then just he leaps from the corner. He hits the ground, craters a little underneath him, fades into the dark. You know, God damn well, that was a fucking orangutan. No, their strength is only matched by the Komodo dragons that have become the great. That is why the orangutans have become known as the Titans, only matched by the silverbacks. Your eyes shift again. Mai, you dive to the left as a massive warthog comes charging at you, glowing white, albino with its red eyes. It smashes through the pillar. Its massive hands diving into the concrete, cave clawing in as its speed is only barely able to stop itself, and it catches and it shoots off like a bullet going off into the darkness. Fuck. Another horrid legend of the woods is the ghost of Fuji, the hog that has taken over. And why is he here? You dive to the right as a massive pillar smashes down. As finally you notice, yes, there he is, the great ape, the one that has taken over Africa, that has taken over from the great cats from Africa. It is only him. God, why is he here? What do you do?
You know what? She would try to stab the joint of the hand that came down.
Ooh. I want you to pick your 2 best dice. Pick stats that you think will work best for this, and roll them for me and tell me the total number.
I got a 12.
Lucky son of a gun. As you go to stab, the great ape, the great Scar, leaps off going, and he reaches down, and you just hear, wait, what are you doing, boss? And you see him pick up a gargantuan rat, and he goes swinging it at you, and you penetrate the rat before he can slam it on your head. You dive, taking the rat with you, swinging it off your blade. You tumble down. Gar reaches into it, underneath his fold, pulling out what looks like a pair of glasses, putting it on his face, and just... Well, looks like a pussy cat to a little shindig. You better behave, hey?
From where we were, would any of us have heard this sounds of battle going on?
Oh, yeah, everyone hears everything. The minute the gargantuan warthog smashed through that pillar, everyone heard that.
Are we in any way prevented from getting down there?
Hell no. Go right ahead, dude.
Well, then Waffles would immediately dive down as soon as he could.
You know what? I'm letting you take the narrative real quick. What would you like to do?
So, okay, real quick for me, kind of lay out where they're all at in the room.
All right. So, this is about a good 3,000 square foot train station area.
Mm-hmm.
And as you've been looking, your eyes, because you have been blessed by the true house of Wolfington, hopefully I said that correctly.
Yeah, close enough.
From your true house, your eyes see through magic through the lie. And you see this place is completely jam-packed full of fucking rats. And like literally they're everywhere. Just rats. And you see about a good, we'll say a good 300 feet away. Maybe just about a good where, usually where you would stand waiting for the train.
Like a platform?
Yes, the platform. Thank you. There's the platform. You see your trusted, your trainee, your partner, she's standing there, and you see this gargantuan orangutan, one of the titans, only named as Scar. You've heard about him. And you see a big gargantuan warthog. And for me to fully describe it, it would be about a good 13 feet in length on all four, so 13 feet tall. And so, as I've said, animals have slowly started to evolve. So think of this warthog as the body of the warthog, but its mouth has slowly started to become more human, but it still has the gargantuan tusk, and its 4 limbs have started to become more human. But instead of 2 arms and legs, it's just 4 arms.
Okay, well, considering that Waffles fights with Fang and Claw, he is going to, for the moment, ignore the rats and focus on the orangutan that is sort of battling with May over there.
This is really weird because you think that you're going to have to do a bunch of dodging, diving through these rats, trying not to fight your way, but they stop. I just wanted to paint this for you, B.
Oh, go ahead.
They all stop in unison, and they all turn their heads, and they part ways for you. Perfect path, leading straight to the platform. So go ahead. I just wanted you to know that. That's all.
Fair enough. Well, for the moment, I'm going to roll viciousness and ferocity. I scored a 13, one of them being a 6, so my Rustum's darting flame is active.
Ooh, yes.
And I'm going to run on all fours, charging at the orangutan. I'm going to jump and start running up its arm.
Ooh.
Trying to get to the back of its neck, where I'm going to just bite down and then put both claws against the back of its neck like I'm trying to tear it open. And any fire coming out of me comes from my mouth. So do with that what you need to do.
It's beautiful. I'm liking this. Doing this. All the rats start applauding. They're just, and they all start chanting, "Do mate, do mate, do mate, do mate." 2 mammals enter, 1 leave. 2 mammals enter, 1 leave. Do mate, do mate.
Why did I know we were getting thunderdomed? Okay.
You hear just a squealing with glee. My God, he's gotten even fatter than what that spectral astral image has appeared. You just see it's not just a living throne of mice. It's just hundreds of mice carrying a gilded golden throne. And you see Ben, whose arm, because of how much fatter he's gotten, his arms are starting to sink into his body as he's just clapping side to side with a bag of popcorn in his lap, with his obnoxious little crown to the side. He has 2 little, and he has, and this is really just to fuck with you, Waffles. He has 2 of your siblings dressed as both you and Mai sitting next to him in leashes that he's holding as he's just clapping. And then he has your final sibling done up as a jester, being forced to do a tumbling act, welcoming them as he's throwing roses and stuff. Hey, everybody, welcoming our one and only king, Ben. And he does a tumbling backflip. Oh my God, that one's going to kill me. But he jumps back and he does a tumbling quadruple axle backflip, landing on his front left paw. Waffles, how do you react? As Scars is shady. As he's trying to reach for you as his neck erupts in flames. But unbeknownst to you, you actually cauterize what would have been a fatal carotid artery bite as he rips you off and throws you at Mai. And I want to give you 2 a chance to react to this before I get to anybody else, because I just revealed quite a bit of thing for you.
So I would definitely attempt to tumble in midair by, swinging your tail and trying to flip yourself in order to avoid me.
Oh no, just paint that for us. Tell us how it really looks.
Yeah. So as he throws me off, I'm gonna try to take whatever flesh I was hanging on to at the time. I'm gonna try to take that with me. So if he pulled me off, even if I closed up the wound originally, he ripped something open. Definitely.
Oh, it's definitely pouring.
He's gonna throw me, and I'm gonna whip my tail to the side in midair, causing myself to rotate and avoid slamming into May. But I'm going to also be taking a defensive posture behind her just to make sure that nothing comes at her from any other angle.
Alrighty. All right, let me prepare myself for this. Hey, everybody. It looks like we got that wannabe rat slayer in the midst, and that's going to be today's Tumate. And then we have none and only his wannabe little apostle. And they think they're going to be rescuing someone? Wrong.
Good there, buddy.
I regret my choices.
We know. We heard it.
Poor babe.
All right. So as he's yelling that out, I'm gonna lick some of the blood off my paw with a little flash of flame coming out of my mouth, and I'm gonna spit it at the ground at his feet and tell him, once we're finished here, we're coming for you, Ben.
Please, you think you're even going to get past them? Don't make me laugh. Because, let me tell you, I prepared some real special entertainment for you today, Bubba. So, as you lick your paw, my strong silent type, I see. I got my damn strong silent types. Damn you. But, so, everyone outside, Hiei.
Yes.
Truffy, and Kareem.
Yeah.
As you've all heard that crash and you see Waffles diving down, Pestilisk looks and goes, wait, what? No. What? He goes charging down. You hear him just let out a gut-wrenching scream as a couple rats come out to greet you and go, please, follow us. Everyone's waiting. The festivities are just about to begin.
Kareem looks at everyone and immediately begins to draw in the moisture of the air, which creates clouds of frost, preparing to summon ice sculpted weapons as he looks at everyone. With all the screaming and the noise, he is not trusting these rats.
So, Truffy, your body. Oh, I just want to say, Truffy, your body starts to glow. I'm just going to allow you to explain why your body starts to glow if anything happen. Just Truffle's body starts to glow. And this is when Loki, he looks and he like pulls from like into his helmet and like looks like he's reaching behind his ear, and he looks like he pulls something out, and all of a sudden a cage just all of a sudden grows, and you see a little red cricket, and not a cricket, I'm sorry, a red praying mantis in there, just looking, go, oh god damn it, what the fuck do you want, boy? Put that do that fun magic on the hammer. Oh god damn it! All right, boy, put the hammer up to the cage. When this person says grow, we're gonna fucking grow. Now fuck off and put me back behind your ear, you little shit. Ah, you're such an asshole. The cage shrinks. The little cage shrinks as Loki puts it back behind his ear, and you see Loki look at his hammer, and he just goes, grow, glow, and you see his hammer get even bigger. The best way to say it is like the handle gets to be about a good 4 feet in length, and he's just holding that with one hand. But now where the hammer would be, that's become about the size of like a boulder. All right, I'm ready. The rats just look, and they go, how the fuck is he holding that? Kareem, you tell us what these ice weapons look like, please.
I feel like this is something I should roll for.
Oh,
because, it's like, it could be anything. So at this point in his magic, I would say they are simple. They're daggers. And they are pretty much stiletto type daggers, whereas more so just thrusting. And they're more so, they look glassy, as in they look like a form of prism stone, almost crystalline. And when he stabs a person, he has a chance to actually inflict a form of like frostbite that can basically poison them.
I like it. That would definitely. I really like it. And here, is there anything you would like to do before going down?
Yeah, for one, I gotta shift my newts. And 2, using my Blessing of Cold Flame, I'd like to infuse my tuna bone with some dark magic.
Ooh, please tell us, what is this? How does this dark magic take shape? What does it do to the blade?
It encodes it with this blue-looking flame, and it gives it the ability to, instead of just use it like a straight-out like serrated blade, my tuna bone is now more like a serpent, just how it can be used like a whip now and kind of have a mind of its own to help aid me in battle. And then you just see where the eyes used to be, just kind of have this very dark look, like you see little stars shining inside the sockets where eyes once were. And for some reason it said, fuck you, to me. But it knows I gotta do what I say.
Yes. As everyone has started to prepare themselves, I will still allow May and Waffles to prepare themselves for what's to come. But as you venture down, the rats all start to chant in unison. Half is chanting Dumate, the other are chanting at a peculiar beat going, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. And then massive flames erupt from another platform. And then there's what looks like a band of rats. There's one on the drums. They just start, and you hear the guitar and the rats and the guitar and the bass just, and they just leading you in with this song. And for the love of God, for back in the day, if these were humans, you would swear it sounded like a song by Korn that was called Twisted Transistor. And you're leaded to where Waffles and May are. And then finally, from one of the tunnels, red glowing eyes, stomping. And, oh God, 3 of the 5 rats that were dragging these massive chains, they get smashed under these gargantuan scaled feet as what looks like a blue and red-rimmed Komodo dragon is getting dragged in, letting out a roar that shakes the room, missing one eye, and on one of its clawed hands. It's missing two of the fingers. It looks to the group, specifically at Loki, taking off at a massive speed. And that's when the warthog and the orangutan both in unison grab the Komodo dragon, stopping it. You gotta waste your time, buddy. Well, good, I tend to have our fun. Just stares at Loki. Loki just stares at the Komodo dragon with how hard he's gripping his left hand. That's when everyone, you can actually notice, you actually start to hear that actual where he's gripping you. It sounds mechanical because it's actually not a hand, because up to Loki's shoulder is all mechanical. It's just a prosthetic. And Loki's just not moving. He's just staring at the Komodo dragon. The Komodo dragon staring at him.
Is this the dragon you was telling us about?
Need help.
You okay, buddy?
Too long. Kitty cat came to the sewers thinking he could come against Needhawk. But I show you, I am the one who rules your clan.
Is Loki still staring at the Komodo dragon?
Gripping just hard and so Truffles.
Yes.
I'm not going to paint for how you would react to this because that's your character. All I'm going to say is you notice finally, like, wrapped around your waist and then just looking up at you. You know how the coned eyes of a chameleon are?
Yep.
At first, it was your body, and then all of a sudden, it goes and turns into a cloak, and then it's just the hood, and then the Komodo, and then just the chameleon's looking up at you, and its whole body is like wrapped around you underneath this cloak.
Is it showing any hostility?
And now it's just slowly slithers up until it's like facing face to face with you. The eyes are all just shifting around until they just lock straight eye to eye with you. And then they kind of just, the cones just pull back, extend forward, pull back. And then in a spiral, it shoots up and then lands down. And then its body is just, it doesn't stop undulating. Like it's slithering like a tentacle underneath this cloak. But it's definitely a chameleon. Its body is just shifting platforms back to the cloaks.
Okay.
Now, Trevor, how do you react to that?
You didn't exactly answer my question. Was it hostility or no hostility?
Nope. Oh, none.
Okay. She's staring at him like, the fuck? So she looks at him and says, "You're really fucking lucky that you jumped off of me before I ripped your eyes out. That was grossly inappropriate."
No, I just... Peter, I feel pressure points near us. I know I've arranged your bodies now. I know exactly where I need to strike.
I mean, you can try.
So, because of where your clan controls, you're close to it. I will actually tell you. Now, since it finally kicks on you because of the delay of how he was pressing on your body, how these pressure points activate, you know this only comes from a certain martial arts style that hails from India.
Okay.
And the reptilian clan that has ruled this, oh boy, you've heard of tales of their assassin that they would send out. And this is particularly the assassin that has been he almost took over the Balkans, but you guys were able to hold him off. Now, when you went there, you had 10,000 strong. When you left, you had 2,000 strong. He was one chameleon.
Okay.
How do you react when this recognition dawns on you? You know full well his name is Rakshasa.
Oh, she's gonna get very pissed off, and she's gonna use dark magic to summon the souls of the undead. Everyone he's ever killed is now surrounding him. Those souls hungry for revenge.
Oh, I'm really thankful that you did this because you're giving shape to a curse that he's been suffering from, that he was cursed from assassination he did from a target from Haiti, because he's always been having to listen to the whispers of those he kills So now what you've just done is given shape to all the souls that were around him, just like hugging his body and whispering into his ears. He's used to it.
Oh, is he used to getting ripped apart?
It's so now. Oh, man.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, no. You know what? I am a benevolent G. And how could you know you're violating a rule if you're not told it? So I'm not going to punish you. Because the best way to describe these two deities is... Actually, there is no way for me to describe them. It's depending on who would be looking at it, it would look like your species, but they are just ever changing. And the one that is the more darker and chaotic in nature was going to punish Truffles. The lighter one was now. The rules for combat has been asked to begin, and a Dumate has been asked for. How could this one have known she was about to violate a rule if she wasn't told? Little one, could you dispel your spell, because combat has not been initiated. It is not your turn for combat.
So when a combat is initiated, I can bring them back?
Yes.
Who has to initiate it?
We will let you know when your turn has started. But to act beforehand is against the rules, you two. And you two have been informed. Looking at the orangutan and the warthog, you two will have to suffer a penalty. And you see the one that looked evil and dark and chaotic, he actually is just nodding in agreement. And so when your turn comes, you will suffer a handicap. We do apologize. These grand deities, they look at you, Mai and Waffles. They bow their heads, apologizing to you two.
I bow back. And I dispel everything. Well, I only dispel the undead.
Now, didn't I tell you, little kitty cat, that I had something real special? Now, you see those humans, they had some real fun ideas and magical rituals. Cujo found a real doozy of them. And you see, if we call using a certain blood magic, with utilizing certain sibling and certain condition, we can summon the gods themselves to lock ourselves in combat. I can rid myself of you little shitty kitty cats in one go. Bless those humans. And you know, I really agree with Cujo. Bringing them back. You kitty cats gotta go.
You never saw the old human show Animal Rescue, have you? That's what you want back? Really?
And finally, because this animal is just so goddamn slow. But because of how animals have been evolving, it's just like in prehistoric times, this animal has started to become gargantuan. It has become one of the last Titan species. And slowly coming out of the last tunnel, just each limb slowly raises up and slowly smashes down, shakes the room. You see a gargantuan sloth just slowly coming out of the tunnel. Just look up, down. Joins the rest of the other animals looking at you all.
So, I guess since two of my boys, cheers, I guess you all are going to go first. Which of you would like to get out there and fight?
And with that, he wrenches his left arm, pulling on the left collar, choking the cat that looks like Waffles on his lap.
Come on, put a smile face. We don't want to be to our guest.
I'm gonna whisper to everyone, yeah, he's a little creepy. I'll fight.
I'll fight along with you.
Oh, 2 on 2.
I too will fight. My tuna bone says, fuck your father. But no. Now's not the time.
Wait. Oh, no. Yeah, we got too many little eagers. Too many eager kitty cats. We can't have too many. You know what? I'll let you do 2 on 2 each.
So which two are you picking?
Right. So, now, I'll let the first 2 that announced that they were ready to fight, so.
Real fast, I'm gonna slop cream on his chest.
Ow. Okay.
It's worth it.
Whatever.
The
Cream
Let's
starts
do
to
this.
glow.
gas is gonna start to glow.
Ooh, Reem, you start to glow.
Ooh, what's going on here?
I'll tell you later. Don't worry about it.
What? I just watched you summon undead. No. What are you doing to me?
So with this, so the chameleon underneath the hood, he had like a little collar underneath him, and like as he pulls up, you still can't see the hands. It's just with the sleeves of the cloak, it pulls down the little half of his what was covering his covering is on his mouth, and dear God, there is no mouth. It's just an open cavity and just a great inhalation, sucking in souls, the dark magic that you summon.
You know I'm gonna request a picture of this.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Just sucking, eating, and then pulls up the around his hood. Mm. The eyes just locking onto you, Truffle. How did you know my primary food source is souls? If I couldn't see them, I couldn't eat them.
Well, here's the thing. I never let them be visible. You just assumed they were.
Ooh.
So he still can't see anything.
So even you just saw with a great suction. He thinks he ate something because, like I said, he was eating what the sources of the traces of magic. The souls are still there, but
What he did was he ate a fucking dud because I wanted to see what he can do.
very delicious. Yum 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 yum.
If he lives, he's gonna spend the next 5 weeks in the bathroom.
Oh, and then for you, Kareem. So the Titans look between themselves, and then they stop. And they look towards the tunnel, and they hear a growling. And it's just no, that one's mine, mon cher. Coming from the last tunnel, your clan was locked. Brutal warfare with these bastards. You recognize that damn coat as it's coming out. Recognize goddamn honey badger.
Oh.
No. You think you're going to you're going to cross iron and I'm not going to be here, Monsieur? No.
Green tosses his daggers. It's like, I've been waiting for this moment. Come here. Enough with the talk.
All right, guys. Pick your two stats and roll those. And I'm going to allow you both to combine your numbers.
Okay. I got 12.
Okay. And
Oh my god, I got 14.
well. So the way this is going to, as I said, when the dice are rolled in 9 Lives of Valhalla, something has to die. I'm going to allow you both to take the narrative, and as this ends, you will both kill these two individuals. So take it away. How does this fight go, and how does it end? I'll start with you, Truffle. As Rakshas comes charging, slithering, as if he's a shadow, one with the light charging at you.
So am I allowed to summon the dead again?
Oh, like I said, this whole fight, this is your narrative. How does the fight go?
I just don't want to take the penalty.
No, the fight has started.
Okay. I lift my hand quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I re-raise his victims, the soul of his victims, everything from, but only the ones that went to hell. They are ripping and tearing at his arms and legs, scratching him. I run over, and I bite down on one of his eyes, and I rip it out. I just rip him apart along with all the souls that he has killed, and I'm eating bits and pieces of his eyes, his organs, and his flesh.
Slowly, bite by bite, bit by bit. And if there would have been a mouth underneath him, he wouldn't be in a look of horror. He would actually be smiling the entire way. As the eyes just lock on you, Truffle, and he's just, it's been fun. I'll be with you every step of the way the rest of your life. I can't.
And there was a price worth it. I snap his neck and I rip his head off.
And like across your arm, underneath your armor, you can feel it burning, scarring your fur. The shape of a chameleon mixed with like a Chinese dragon body wrapped around your arm. Black, oozing. It'll take time for you to tame this beast. as if it's a black chameleon wave. Your arm just erupts in like a black flame. You drop to your knee. Yay! Kareem, please tell us how your fight goes. And just as for Truffle, how it started.
So, what is the honey badger's weapons?
So he reaches behind himself as he pulls out what was a tri-folded staff. It snaps into piece, dives into the ground, leaping at you, and then just twirling it in the air, and then slamming it towards you.
Okay. So as he's doing that, Kareem is using the moisture in the air to create an ice fall effect. So his ice fall effect completely enshrouds him. So as the staff strikes down, it strikes something solid, but it's not Kareem. And when the fog drops, it's a block of ice, an ice sculpture of Kareem with a middle finger to the honey badger as his staff is frozen in the middle of the block. Kareem is behind him now and stabs the dagger into his shoulder. This is a honey badger though, so they're pretty resilient. As he swipes back with his bare hand against Kareem ducks. He takes the opportunity to place his dagger to the honey badger's throat. And yep.
He looks at you as you lock in, just Monsieur, I won't let this one go for free. My curse becomes yours. And you just hear what kind of sounded like kinetic as his voice trails and your teeth kind of glow and his body starts to glow. And thankfully you dive away in time as his body glows more and more, turning to a velvet shade of purple, and he blows up. Your teeth still have that glowing purpleness to them.
Kareem is just standing there in shock and constantly looking down at the glow in his teeth. No, he can't see his teeth.
You see a glow on the ground as you open your mouth.
I'm also really like turning my head, trying to see if I can do this. It's a losing battle, but I'm still going to do it. I figure I'm still a cat. I'm trying to see where this glow is coming from.
I love it. It's adorable. You open your mouth. You dive at the light. Your mouth closes. You're just pawing at the ground. You open your mouth again. Dive at that light.
Yeah.
Ben just lets out a massive scream. Meow. Lucky. All right. Who's going to side with the little ninja boy? One to open his mouth next. Loki can't stop anymore. He just slams his hammer on the ground, and just as he just walks towards, and he just drags the hammer behind him, just walking with his head down. I'm going, all right, so the dwarf is going to fight. Loki turns back with with all of his hatred and bloodlust. I'm going to shove this hammer up your ass. And then just continues on towards the battlefield. Here, you're up, my man.
Real fast, can I slap here in the chest?
Yes.
I slap him really hard in the chest.
Oh, quit it.
Loki looks back, just sad, I don't get slaps.
I'll give you slaps. Give Loki a slap on the ass.
He just looks at you and just does, like, as he does, like, the eyebrows, he just goes, eyebrows.
No.
By the way, am I still glowing from that slap on the chest?
Yeah, you're still glowing, and you will be until I take off the spell.
I'm shining, baby.
Shining like a diamond.
The sloth is slowly just coming out to the battlefield. And then the Komodo dragon rips the metal collar off of its neck. Finally, our battle comes to an end, little foolish kitty cat. Yay! Pick your stat. Pick your two best stats and roll them. Combine them together for me.
Okay. I prepared for this moment all my life. Let's see, 15.
All right. So you said 15?
Yes.
So 15 plus 9 is going to be 24. And now let me roll these other two. Wow. They rolled an astounding 11. All right. Here, it's the same rules as that it was for Cream and Truffle. the sloth is coming at you as it just raises one of its massive claw paws and just brings it down with all force, coming at you. Take it away. How does this fight go, and how is it going to end?
It will be glorious. So Hiei stands very loosely, holding his now enchanted tuna bowl.
All right, boss. We should do that fancy one where I get slither around and do the slicey dice.
Okay, just chill. We gotta look cool for a moment first. So as the sloth is coming, as it's like everything goes in slow motion. But for Hiei, everything just looks normal to him. He suddenly squats, the tuna bowl straightens out, almost like a katana. And yes, he's gonna do the cliche, one slice, end it all, and dashes right through the sloth. The next, to everyone else, it's just a blink of an eye, and suddenly they see how the tuna bowl, just like saw wire, slices apart the sloth, setting it on fire. And I'm just standing there, not even looking back. This is just how badass Hiei is.
Just, my God, the sloth just falls to pieces.
I'm gonna save some of that meat for later.
Ooh, do you eat any of the meat right now?
Yes, I try to put some down my tuna's mouth, even though I don't have a mouth. You can still smell.
Are
like,
you okay? Kareem has a comment on this. You're eating something out of the sewer. No.
I've had worse.
So the minute you take a bite, like you immediately just like let out a little poop, and when your poop hits the ground, a flower sprouts out.
Okay.
And that's when you notice, like, underneath you, like, all the grime and shit is disappearing, and like kind of like grass is starting to form underneath your feet. And you see,
my God!
You see, like, kind of underneath the sloth, there was like fresh, like, nature and stuff was like growing underneath it.
I'm gonna take a couple of steps away from here.
And then the rest of the meat really melts away and rots away. And then we get to little Loki. As Nidhogg just charges, he looks at his little hammer again, and then Nidhogg just goes to bite. And it looks like it's literally going to swallow everything that's around Loki. And Loki just looks at his hammer and just says it again. Whoa. The hammer gets even bigger as he swings upward, and you see Nidhogg's jaw just cave in, blood just spewing underneath where his jaw was, smashing on the ground. Loki just turns around, still holding this one-handed. He looks at Ben and then swings down, bringing it down, smashing Nidhogg's head. Brings the hammer up, and then you just underneath there's about a good 50-foot wide crater, crater. Then the rest of the Komodo dragon's body. Whoa, Shmala. The hammer shrinks a little bit. He swings it. The grime and blood and gore just comes off. And he rests the hammer on his shoulder. And he just turns around and goes, I'm finished.
Are you fucking kidding me? I am. You know what? I'm sure I can at least be rid of you too.
I would suggest you just surrender now. You threw everything at us.
No! Kill them! Fuck the rules!
Waffles, hey, roll me both your dice, please. Pick your best stat for me, please. Actually, everyone, roll your best stats, but I want May and Waffles to go first.
All right. So you said roll my best stats. I rolled 12 with 2 6s. So do with that whatever.
Alrighty.
I got a 19.
It doesn't even matter. There's no way they could beat that. So as the warthog and the orangutan go charging, just as for everyone else, I want you both we'll start with May. When the warthog comes at you, how does the fight go and how do you kill it?
Well, before anything else, she's gonna ask a blessing. Not like for like a blessing like on the list, just she's gonna pray to Tigress.
Oh.
She's gonna go sorry, Waffles is making a scene. She's gonna go oh proud and glorious Tigress, bless my blade, and let us show these foolish prey who pretend to be hunters what's real.
Oh, that is badass. I like that.
So, as the warthog's charging for her, she's gonna, again, go for a joint, like sever a tendon, And each time, like, he tries to go for her, she's gonna do it like a cat playing with basically its prey. And then when it's finally unable to move any further, she's gonna give it a bored look and slice through its neck. And then spray the blood at the crowd as she cleans her blade.
Oh, as the blood sprays onto your sword, as you go to clean it, it's odd. You notice the blood is as if your sword is eating it, absorbing it, and then your sword starts to glow, changing. And then it's weird because you have no idea what triggers it. Just all of a sudden, it turns into what looks like a gargantuan warthog tusk on a sword handle.
Oh, I have two of them, so do both of them do it?
Yes. And then when you go to swing, like a little mini tornado form. Here, hold on. I think this will help. Damn it, wrong one. Hold on. Like that. So it has what looks like a really big, full, furry, bushy base around where the horn is, what looks like the tusk. So it's a really big blade, but there's no weight to it. These are yours. And now it feels like you command the wind. What do you name these?
Probably just Fang and Claw.
Love it. And then just as quickly as you swing and do this, you clear a massive portion of the rats. They start to glow back and then they turn back to their regular form. You feel you're going to have to, over time, you'll learn what triggers the transformation. But for now, it's really hard with how you get it right with your emotions, right? All right. Now, Waffles. Same just as May did. As the orangutan comes charging at you, how does this fight go and how do you end him?
So I think the best way I could possibly end it is I would once again charge at the orangutan, but this time instead of running up its neck, I think what I'm going to do is go into like a power slide underneath it and take out both of its, I guess whatever the orangutan equivalent of an Achilles tendon would be with my claws. And then as it goes down, I would start tearing into its throat, just ripping at it with the flaming tongue.
Ripping and tearing. You just decimate, going through him until finally there's just nothing there. But then you feel it. You feel what just seems like a big red eye open up. And your connection to fire is even more intense. What was just once your fangs that would turn to fire, literally your fur is now, your mane is fire. Just where your chest and your face and everything, it's still normal, but your mane, everything is fire, reminiscent of the nightmares of lore. If I can show you an example. If you know the Magic the Gathering horse Nightmares. So literally you have your physical body, but all your hair is fire. Your fur is fire.
Yeah, makes sense. Vibes with the Leo god.
And because, yeah, that is Leo's eye was just getting more intense on stronger connection. And as you look, your flames just burn through many of the rats. But then your fur shifts back to normal. Never feeling hot, never burning anybody else. It's as if you're able to control with how the heat erupts only at those you want it to. You feel over time you'll be able to have more control. Now, I asked everybody else to roll me their stats. I would like to start with top again. Truffle. Oh, Sam? We'll come back to Truffle. Kareem, roll for me your 2 best stats, please.
7.
All right, now I'm going to do a new fresh roll. You do not get overpowered. You do not get overswelled by the rats. Just tell us, like, how does this go as, like, all the rats just start to charge towards you. Just paint for us as you're able just to easily just decimate this group.
Okay. So I'm stabbing, but this is not going to work over time as more and more rats come. So I toss my 2 daggers into the crowd and watch them tear through a small little column of them. And what I do from here is I raise my hands up to the air, or paws into the air. And from here, I gather as much of the moisture in the air into one condensed ball of froth. And as the swarm comes up to me, I leap as I throw ball of frost to the ground. And as it hits, it explodes into a wave of cryomancer energy, which basically runs over him like a wave, leaving little tiny statues of frozen rats everywhere. And from there, I'm just simply stomping, kicking, and crushing them as they all just shatter like little tiny statues.
I love it. This now, Hiei, roll for me your 2 best stats, please.
13.
All right, allow me to roll for the rat. They rolled a 5. Take it away for us as this massive wave of rats comes charging at you.
I hold up my enchanted tuna bow. I keep saying bowl or bow. My tuna bone. I hold it over my head and elongate it. And then I shout out the sacred words that my father taught me. By the way, just for some context, my father was the one who killed this tuna. That's why it's like, fuck your father, fuck your father. Anyway, I say out the enchanted words. Beat them bloody, beat them bloody, beat them bloody. And I start pounding these little bastards into the dirt. There's blood and fur all over the place, entrails. And I don't know why there was a salamander down here, but it got in the way, so it got clapped. Finally, I see blood soaking into my fur on my little paws, and I just look around and admire. Man, I'm so good at killing things. I did a good job.
And then just a little blap, and a flower grows underneath.
Smells like lavender.
That's not going to stop until you learn how to control it.
Oh, man. Who says I want to control it?
And then once again, another flower. And little Loki. Actually, no. Thank you, Sam, for telling me. I will roll 2d8 for truffle. Wow. Okay. She got a 14. There's no way the rats can beat that because they only roll 2d6. So, Truffle, excellent. So, Truffle, you definitely beat that.
Oh, cool. Now,
tell
did
us-
anyone get hit while I was out?
No, they've been decimating these rats. So there's
cool.
a large wave of rats coming towards you. How do you take care of them?
Well, the spirits are still active because they're all hungry, vengeful spirits. So the rats, as they charge at me, they're getting decimated and ripped to shreds by all the vengeful cat souls that I've summoned. I charge in and I'm ripping mice apart with my teeth and claws. I'm swatting at everything. I'm stomping on skulls. But the vengeful spirits, the rats, look horrified because they have no idea what the hell is going on. They think they are tripping on shrooms or shit. And
I love it.
they are horrified and they're trying to get away, but I'm not letting them get away. Oh, hell no. I got them surrounded. And it looks like some blood C plus types of level of gorgeous blood is spraying everywhere. Little rat bits are getting thrown against the wall. It's very gruesome.
And then some of the hungry souls, like as rats are trying to flee in terror, they envelop the rats and they just slowly wither and dry up. It's that stereotypical image that you would see of like people withering away. Just
oh my god, we got rat jockey. Guys, we got snacks.
Wow! As it's happening,
Just like Mom used to make.
And just for a good measure from Hiei, just another flower. And finally, we come to little Loki. He just swings his hammer. With a mighty swing of his hammer, he doesn't smash the rats. What he's doing is he's swinging around, just twirling around very fast, catching them on the end of his hammer as he just says, whoa. And it just it doesn't get any longer. It just gets wider and wider until finally it picks them all up on the end. He finishes spinning around, stops, brings the hammer over his head, and smashes the entirety of them. I call that one the cha-cha slide.
Oh my god.
It was truly amazing. You could hear a little music going as Loki was spinning
Did he slide
around.
to the left? Did he slide to the right? Did he crisscross?
The Kareem standing on a sheet of ice right now.
And
Sliding to the
finally,
left.
and now we're going to come to, once again, Mai and Waffle. Mai, if you could go first, roll for me your 2 best stats again. as a large wave of rats is coming at you.
Actually, we have something together.
Ooh. Well, they only rolled a 3, so go ahead, take it away.
So we both got a 15.
Oh, boy.
So May's gonna turn to Waffles as, like, Sweeping Blaze.
Oh. Oh, no.
So Waffles nods and says, "Sweeping Blaze." And he kind of like takes a position on all fours and starts just building up a huge ball of flame, like a hairball in his mouth. As she starts winding up her blade. Sorry, as she starts winding up her blades.
And so as she forms that tornado, he's gonna set it ablaze and send it to the rats.
Oh, God, just the rats are getting sucked into the tornado. And thankfully, you guys were you've been rolling so well. You were able to everyone did it well enough so Pestilisk was able to run away free and get the other rebels. And they've been waving through the other rats and they led them to that giant flaming hell of tunnel, vacuum, sucking them in more and more. And then Ben looks, no, as he screams in panic. And then this is when your two siblings, the haze, the life comes back in their eyes. And reminiscent to Princess Leia, they look to each other. They use the leashes they both have, and they both wrap around Ben's neck, just choking him.
I also imagine Iggsy would be smacking him with his big old paw.
Yes. May, Waffles, is there anything else you would like to do to this nemesis of the House of Waffles and to the House of Strays? To your guys', to the ones that, just specifically you, Waffle, as he's being strangled by your siblings.
So I would go ahead and approach while they're holding him down. I assume he's being held down with the leashes on it, on his back. And I'd approach and I'd have one claw out and I run it just across his chest up to his face, and I tell him, Ben, there's one thing that I do. I kill rats. And then I just want to go across his throat.
And just at that moment, it would just be when the orchestra, everything, all the music just hits that crescendo as you raise your claw just across his throat. Black ichor starts to bubble. His eyes just staring at you. His arms can't reach his neck as just more of that black bubbling ichor just leaking out of his neck. As he turns, trying to crawl away. Slowly, weakly, more of that black, bloody ichor. But his body still moves. May, you hear a very familiar scream from inside that body. The one you lost that day. You think you hear him inside that corpse of Ben.
He's gonna snicker snack the head off and then try to peel away the body.
As you cut the head off, cutting open the body, you see those colors, those eyes you thought were gone, never see again. You see just all these tendrils, these what looks like veins just stuck inside of him. Just you rip away, pulling him. Sadly, he's been part of Ben for so long. He's lost so many of his limbs that thankfully he still has one arm left. You pull, ripping him away, freeing him. He looks up at you weakly, so scarred, so broken, so weak, so tiny. If he would have been inside Ben for any longer, he would have been fully fused together with him. There would have been no hope saving. That if this fight would have gone any other way, that if Ben would have escaped your brother, there would have been no saving him. They would have been one entity. As if Ben was finished fully digesting him for the transformation. Your sibling just wraps up, holding you tight, just weakly whispering, "Thank you."
You should once more ask for the blessing of tigers to heal him.
Thankfully, you're able to ensure that where he lost his wounds, they seal so there won't lose any blood. He's in a stable condition. Pestilisk summons his other rat shamans. These ones, thankfully, are not covered in pustules and warts. They just look like normal rats, just wearing shamanistic garb. And they wrap your sibling in healing gauze and bandages. And they offer prayers of thanks because you freed them from the tyranny of Ben, the mice that were forced to be his throne carriers. All they do is they're just bowing to you, Waffles. All the rats, the rebels, they drop to their knees, just thanking you. So many rats have started to come from deep from where the sewers were, deep from where the trains, deep from there, offering thanks. And Pestilisk goes, yes, this one swore. I am a right of my word. We swear fealty to the felines. You freed us this day, yes. I will ensure the rats become the eyes of the underworld, of the underground, for the cats. Yes. Thank you. Cat, feline ones.
Shalun's his voodoo doll back.
Yes. Thank you. This one, not as useful without his totem, without his idol. Yes. Thank you. This one will be able to provide some more help. Is there anything this one can do for you in the now? Yes.
Got anything to help me stop shitting?
Yes. You have become one with the druidic magic. Yes. You must learn to. This one knows you must seek out the hinge. Yes. And learn the ways from Gaia. Yes. Until then, you're gonna keep doing that. And you just hear another flower.
Now, since there are so many of you, do you guys mind being our eyes and ears?
Yes. We are 10 trillion strong. Yes. We can watch the entire planet for you. Yes.
We need you to specifically watch Cujo and that goddamn jellyfish.
Yes.
I need to know the weakness. We all need to know the weaknesses, and I need to know what my father's real skull is.
Yes. This one shall begin the search for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have another task for you.
Yes.
Help us find a way to get into the House of Deep proper, so we can convert them from the inside.
Yes. This one shall also have my agents go out for you. Yes. And watching from a cauldron, this very moon jellyfish and Cujo watch as Cujo lets out a massive scream, raging as he tears apart the room, his claws literally ripping into the room. The moon jellyfish. Well, it's not fair because there's more than one of him. It's all the same jellyfish. There's at least 5 in the tank, but they're all exactly 100% in their speech. Calm down, baby. You don't gotta be worrying about them little pussycats. Yeah. Don't worry. Well, everything's still proceeding according to plan, according to Meow Nora. Don't worry. And they think they're gonna be able to get into the House of the Deep. Let them try. Let them even see if they can even begin to find it. Oh!
Trust you, because you are the oldest of my allies. You are one of the only ones that remembers the joy of being a pet. You tell me the tales of when you were in what you call the orthodontics office.
Yeah. Now, don't worry. Let them little pussycats think they've won. Because remember, they may have won one little battle, but the war has only just begun. And with that, dear listeners, that's where we're going to end off on this session. And if you are enjoying the episode, please remember we have many more content available here on Infinite Nerd Theorem, and please leave us a review and rating on Apple Podcast or on your podcast platform of choice. And till our next one, everyone, goodbye.